Welcome to FailCraft, the podcast where we dive into the messy, real side of success and explore how setbacks become the stepping stones to growth and clarity. I'm your host, Ezekiel Eferia, and today's guest is Tim Randall. Tim was a professional artist, a tattooist, and painter for 20 years, but on April 26th, 2021, his life was erased in an instant. A car accident left him with a traumatic brain injury and brain shearing. He began suffering up to 10 seizures a day. But the real horror story began at the hospital. The medical system didn't save him, it gaslighted him. Doctors watched videos of his grand mal seizures and called them panic attacks. They medicated him into a spiral until he was slowly dying. Realizing the experts were failing him, Tim walked away. He turned to mushrooms, neurofeedbacks, and natural medicine to rebuild his brain from scratch. He is now the co-owner of Mota Mushrooms and a living testament to self-advocacy. He is here to talk about the terror of forgetting your own talent and how to heal when the system leaves you for dead. So, Tim, I am very excited to welcome you to the show. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
It's great to have you here. So, let's get started, Tim. You describe a terrifying moment where doctors watched a video of you having a grand mal seizure, something undeniable, and they still argued it was just a panic attack. So, in that specific moment, did you feel a sense of hopelessness, or was that spark of anger that made you decide you have to save yourself because they aren't going to do that for you?
Yeah, honestly, it was that doctor that did that. That was about 6 months after the accident. What had actually happened was the guy who hit me, his money ran out at the doctor's appointment that I was diagnosed with certain things. And so all of the recovery and treatment and rehabilitation was immediately stopped because the insurance ran out. And Arizona law, no neurologist has to treat you without an insurance claim because it's too risky for them to, get sued for mistakes because the brain is so, it's just, we don't know enough about the brain to really just dive into it. And so I kind of just had to start calling around doctors through my personal insurance. And the one final doctor, after 90 calls, she allowed me to come see her. And she watched the videos and said that these aren't seizures, these are panic attacks. Gave me a medication for severe antisocial disorder and bipolar disorder. And I picked up the medication. I called her and said, I don't think I should take this medication. It says it has the side effects of seizures. And she told me, we don't do what ifs here. You need to listen to me. You're not having seizures, you're having panic attacks. Take the medication. You'll see you in 6 weeks and everything will be better. Well, I came back 6 weeks later and my 3 to 5 seizures a week had gone to 10 a day. I couldn't form sentences. I could barely walk. I could barely talk. And so after seeing that, she said, I don't know what to do with you. And she sent me to the epilepsy center where I spent a week and they diagnosed me with seizures and a brain injury and everything that went with that. And at that facility, they told me, oh, well, we're the only ones who can help you. You got to take this medication. It's the only way to help you. And I said, no, thank you. I got my diagnosis. I'm going to go treat myself with mushrooms. And they looked at me like I was crazy, but I decided it was time to try something else. What did I have to lose? I had lost. I was at the end. Nobody was willing to help. So I figured, why not try something that nobody else is trying? Why follow when I can take my own path? And so I did.
All right.
It was quite a journey.
Indeed, indeed. So, thank you very much for sharing that with us, Tim. So, you were a tattoo artist for 20 years. So, after the accident, you said that that ability went away. So, what did it feel like, to pick up a pencil and realize that your hands don't know who you are anymore, after that accident?
That honestly, it was about 3 weeks after the accident where I was doing. I specialize in cover up tattoos, so I cover old work, and I was doing a cover up. And as I was working, in my mind, I wasn't really understanding what I was doing. I was confused. I didn't know where to put the ink, how to make the art. It just like kind of just went away in a matter of moments. And I asked my client if I could reschedule. Something was wrong, and she was fine with that. And I went to go pick up my wife from work because something was definitely wrong. And on the freeway driving, I had a seizure and almost crashed. That was the first of many, and it just kind of went downhill from there. I lost more and more of ability. I didn't understand art. I mean, art is all I've done my whole life. And when that moment happened and it just, my whole mind just went away. The ability to create, my creativity in my mind, the art, everything, it was just gone. I didn't understand art, and that was probably one of the scariest moments in my life. I didn't know who I was anymore, what I was. My wife was my caregiver, and she kind of had to guide me every day on what to do as I got worse and worse and had less and less brain function. I got the nickname 20-second Tim for a while because I couldn't hold a conversation. I didn't have memory. I repeated myself over and over. It was years of that, honestly, until I found what you had brought up, the neurofeedback and the mushrooms that started to slowly, step by step, bring me back. And it wasn't an instant thing. It was a very, very long road, a lot of trial and error, a lot of experimentation. But I mean, it worked.
All right, all right. So, you lived for months unable to remember the previous day. So, how do you build resilience or momentum, when your memory resets as frequent as daily?
Even honestly, it was mostly the support of the ones around me to keep going. I had so many times where I wanted to give up. I was so confused. I didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel. My wife and my daughter, my family were a huge support in that. A couple of really good friends that didn't give up on me, just kept pushing because I definitely fell to where I didn't think that there was any chance of recovery or coming back. I thought that was just my life from there on. And with their support and just the consistency and the pushing through and the idea that I have to do this for my family, for my daughter, for everybody around me, I have to come back. Life, this isn't life. It's got to get better, and there's got to be a way. And I didn't see it in pharmaceuticals. I saw it in nature. Something just told me to dive towards that. Try something that nobody else was trying instead of following.
All right, all right. So, Tim, you turned to mushrooms and neurofeedback. So, yeah, I like to know, was it scary for you to experiment on your own brain with some substances like that aren't FDA approved, for TBI, or did you feel, you had nothing left to lose at that point?
Absolutely. It was definitely that I had nothing left to lose. I mean, the doctors had tried so many pills on me, and every pill just made me worse. So I lost trust in the doctors. I lost hope because a lot of them were just like, "Well, you're not having seizures. You're fine. Everything's fine." Well, I mean, if I'm fine, then why am I having these seizures every day? Why do I not have the memory? And the mushrooms really, it was scary at first because I didn't know what I was doing. Really, I was experimental. Just what do I have to lose? Let's try this. And every day that it improved things, it gave me some hope. I mean, honestly, I did nootropic mushrooms combined with microdosing psychedelic mushrooms, and the combination of finding the right psychedelic mushroom to work with the nootropic mushrooms finally gave me the ability to create art. And the only way I was actually able to do any tattoos was while microdosing certain strains with the nootropics. And it somehow it gave my brain the ability to make art again, and almost perfectly. Like I would draw, and exactly what I wanted to come out would come out perfectly. I wouldn't need to erase anything, but it was only a few certain strains that did that for me. Other ones, there was days where I'd take one mushroom and it gave me no art ability, and I'd have to cancel my appointment for the day and try again the next day. So it was years of that, of trial and error, experimentation. But from what everything I knew, there was nobody to follow on that. There was no information on it. So it was definitely blazing a new trail. And it was amazing how much it did help. It blew me away. And so I started telling other people about it, and people found and watched me get better and better. And so it kind of opened people's eyes to maybe this guy's got something. Maybe this is an answer.
All right, all right. So, you documented the effects of over 40 strains to find out, to find what brought your art back. So, what was the first sign that, the first glimpse that the mushroom were actually, reconnecting the wires for you?
I would say it was my first tattoo appointment back after I had found the strain that would really make me creative. In that moment of just sitting there with the client and just drawing his sleeve. He'd never had a tattoo before. It was his first and gave me some trust and we went with it and it came out great. And I kind of learned as I went on how to do things. It was a slow process, a lot of focus. It was honestly very risky. Sometimes I felt a lot of nerves. My nerves were going crazy, but once I finished that first session, I felt a lot better. I felt like, okay, maybe this is the answer. And then I did it again, and then the consistency really showed me that I've got something here. And I mean, it came all the way back. Now I don't need to microdose to create art, but I definitely still do it every once in a while to help me have the ability to keep the creativity flowing. It's pretty magical what it does. It just makes your brain work the way you ask it to. You have to listen to your body instead of listening outwards. I would recommend for people to listen closely. Quiet the noise of the outside world and focus on you and inside of you and how you feel and what you think and really pay attention to yourself. And it will tell you what you need.
All right, team. So, your insurance ran out at the diagnosis appointment. So, do you think your recovery would have been possible if you had stayed within the rules of traditional insurance-based medicine?
No, honestly, I don't. I think that
Oh,
it would have had a negative effect very much so. I honestly don't even know if I would have survived it at all. There was no benefits really from any of the doctors that I found in Western medicine. I found my help truly with a naturopath. When I found the right naturopath, he guided me, and everything that he told me would happen happened the way he said. Everything that he told me would recover the way it did. Everything happened the way he explained it to the T, and it brought back some trust in doctors, definitely. But I believe nature is definitely the way we need to be leaning. We've gone towards pharmaceuticals the past century, and we need to come back to what we've always known, and that's nature. There's no side effects. There's so much peace. There's so much tranquility, and it's a different feeling versus the pharmaceuticals versus the synthetics. I believe nature has all the answers for us.
all right, all right. So, team, for the listener who is currently battling a chronic condition and feels like their doctor isn't listening or is actively dismissing them. So, what do you think is a step they should take, to start reclaiming agency over their own health?
Honestly, I think that we really need, like I said, to focus on what we've been told is not what we need to focus on. Basically, everything we've been told, switch it. Nature, the natural mushrooms, there's so many benefits with so little side effects from all of it. And everybody's been scared off because of the idea that mushrooms will make you crazy and this and that. But I mean, you got lion's mane that improves your brain function, removes brain fog, gets your focus, your memory, your clarity on point. You got stress and anxiety. We got reishi that helps with all that, helps with your sleep. But the key that people need to understand is the pills give you that instant gratification. You get the feelings right away. With the mushrooms, it's a gradual, steady, be consistent, kind of like exercise. You don't go to the gym and work out and get buff in one day. You work at it every day, and pay attention to your body. That's no different with the mushrooms. The mushrooms, from what I understand about it with my studies, is they help boost your body's natural ability to function at its peak performance versus the pills. They're just blocking receptors, and it's a synthetic feeling versus a natural feeling. And if you do it for a while with the mushrooms, you'll start to notice how your body just starts functioning the way it's supposed to without any outside help. That's what we're supposed to do. So focus on that. Get your body to be its strongest versus adding things that are synthetic to try to help, which are not helping.
Okay, all right. Thank you for sharing that with us. So, team, for you personally, after losing your memory, your art, and your trust in doctors, and then rebuilding it all through nature. I'd like to know at the current moment, like what does being successful truly mean to you now?
I would say being successful now isn't about really the money. It's more about your surroundings, your family, how you're doing mentally. I mean, there's so much more to success. I mean, are your kids doing great? Is your marriage happy? Is your life the way you want it, or do you overwork? Are you lost? Do you have brain fog? Are you miserable in what you do? Success is happiness. Success is true tranquility and peace, in my opinion. If you can find that while living your life, I mean, there's not much better than pure peace. After living in so much chaos and just lostness, just peace, inner peace is truly a feeling of success. You've found it. With so much chaos in the world, to feel peaceful is everything to me.
All right, all right. So, lastly, Tim, for our listeners who want to go learn more about mother mushrooms, or just connect with you to follow your work, see how where it's going. So, where is the best place for them to go?
So we are currently building our website where you will be able to get any of our products shipped to you direct. Until then, it's kind of just a personal reach out to me. You can reach me at mothermushroom4u@gmail.com. That's MUTHER. And we do have our 5-in-1 Magic Fusion, which has 5 different nootropics. And then we have our individual capsules. And we will be expanding as we build. As I built this company from the little bit of money I got from the accident, we've slowly climbed. It's a very small. It started as a very small business, but we are growing nicely. Everybody loves what we've got. They actually feel it. They experience a life changing feeling from the mushrooms, and I'm just hoping to really get people to see it and feel it and understand it. The quality is the key. There's so many products out there that don't have quality. They're just companies trying to make a quick buck. I'm doing this to help people. I'm not worried about the money. I'm worried about changing the world, helping people live a better life, the best life that they can.
All right, all right. So, Tim, it's been a really great time having a conversation with you, and I am truly excited to have you on the show today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. It was an honor. Have a great day.